Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I haven't been this excited to make a video in a while because I love disproving what theorists and graduate students and even scholars like to call, shall we say, permanent location bias. Shall we say something to the effect of, I only believe something if it reinforces previous beliefs. So I know that for people who don't watch my channel every day, they just think of me as Mr. Negative, Mr. Critical. That guy just makes views off of complaining about Kabam, even though if you were to break down the amount of positive videos I've made praising them versus critical, you'd be surprised at the percentage of positive at the end of the year. But the interesting thing is I never have to explain that to people who watch my channel every day because they just know that I'm going to call it like I see it. And when we talk about November, we talk about a really important month for morale because Cyber Weekend is $600 minimum per progression level. But some of you, smartly, are waiting to progress until you buy the best or see the best Thronebreaker offers, and you can make this connection to, say, Uncollected versus Cavalier, Cavalier versus Thronebreaker, etc. Because the offers have always been, and we expect them to continue to be coded, in which they refresh when you progress. Kabam has every monetary incentive to keep this way because even though technically it gives the advantage to players who are doing two different progression levels at one weekend, they're going to spend instead of $600, $1,200. Or instead of 20,000 units, 40,000 units. So Kabam wants players to be motivated to spend, and they will be more motivated if they're not upset at the company. Now, we have seen a pushback, and understandably so, with the 7-star announcement. Even though 7 stars are not here yet, we know that people feel like they're starting over, just like they did when 6 stars came into the game, and they're looking to walk away. I do think it's interesting that some people who initially walked away when 6 stars came out actually came back, unretired, and maybe they stayed free to play, right? I'm not saying they came back and started spending a bunch of money, but they just missed the camaraderie of their alliance. They missed even like feeling that sense of accomplishment when you beat an event quest or Cavalier quest or Alliance quest or Alliance War, and now Battlegrounds, etc. There's just something emotionally that was filled, a void that was filled with this game that goes far beyond complaining about a new star of champions or offers or whatever. And I do think we need to talk as much about the community and like loneliness when it comes to making friends in this game as we do whether or not something is a good value for players, because in the end, if this game went away today, yeah, of course I would miss making YouTube content. And yes, quite bluntly, the revenue has been refreshing to help my family and travel and all sorts of things, especially upgrading equipment. But I'm going to miss the community the most of all, and that's why I always ask my subscribers at least once a month, like, we'd still be here hanging out, having drinks, in live streams even if the game went away, right? Because even if, like, let's say you couldn't make super chats and you couldn't make PayPal donations, I could make $0.00 ever again on live streams. I'd still want to live stream. I'd still want to hang out with people and discuss things from sports to, whatever you want to think about, the latest Marvel movie. So, with that being said, side quest rewards are typically for, I want to say, like the middle tier of players, the MCOC middle class, which now might even be like lower middle class, where we're talking about maybe Cavalier players, but even especially uncollected players, where you get mostly 4 and 5 star shards, not many 6 star shards. You get maybe a tier 2 alpha or 2, usually not even a fully formed tier 5 basic. You certainly get almost nothing 6 star related in terms of signature stones, awakening gems, etc. So this new side quest has been a game changer because, quite simply put, the rewards have been just refreshing. And I'm not just talking about Elder difficulty. I'm also talking about Legendary difficulty. And I took some screenshots in anticipation that I couldn't view the rewards, so I'm going to navigate to those right now. When we discuss the excitement of side quest rewards, we really want to emphasize 6 star shards and just everything in between. And I don't want to talk just about Elder in this, even though I love the 6 star 6 stones, and I love the 6-star shards. And even Epic, a fully formed tier 2 alpha and 2,500 5-star shards for a very reasonable amount of difficulty, that's going to help people progress that need them. And 565 5-stars, despite the highly over-exaggerated death and demise of 5-stars over the years, still can clear all content. If there isn't a 5-star gate, you can bring the best 5-stars, especially, here's looking at you, Human Torch, Hercules, Kitty Pryde, Ghost, etc., especially with the right skills. You can clear content. And then Legendary, 3 tier 2 alphas, 2,000 6-star shards. We wouldn't see this as the top side quest difficulty for years. And now this is the second best. And because you're only completing, 3 to 4 fights per path, yeah, you might have to restart if you get wrecked and sacrifice a few energy, but that's not bad because you can just do it over and over again until you clear it. This is the kind of thing that keeps morale high for Cyber Weekend. This is the kind of thing that almost feels like a gift, right? Which I'm perfectly okay with. The biggest complaint I've heard about from the side quest, and I kid you not, there was somebody who logged into the live stream who said, Prof, as somebody who speaks for the player base, don't you think you should make a video about the newest Elder difficulty needing to be harder? I'm finding it's too easy to clear. Hell no. I'm not going to make a video on that because guess what? You don't represent the average player. And the average player with a limited roster deserves a chance to get the best rewards. I heard the same complaint about Gwenpool Goes to the Movies years ago. It's too easy. I can auto-fight with my 4-stars. This is stupid. Just enjoy the free rewards. There are going to be enough really hard fights. This is why the Eternity of Pain exists. If you want a challenge, wait for that. But for everybody else who's just looking to get a good chunk of rewards for not a lot of work, this is a huge blessing. And that's why this video exists. This video exists because this side quest, in terms of rewards versus the time and difficulty needed, is in my top 5 immediately. And obviously, I'm not comparing Elder difficulty while I'm showing Legendary and Epic because we've never had it before. It's new. So it's unfair to talk about that when you can't compare it to anything else. Now, in the next 5 months, where we have Elder difficulty maybe every month, and 7-star defenders and all that, then we have some data. But it's too fresh, it's too new to make a proclamation on that specifically. But Legendary, oh yeah. Now I still think, because I get asked this question all the time, what's my favorite? Mutant Treasure Island was my favorite side quest. There were so many rewards. I even liked how it was laid out where you could look down the path and see the reward you're on. It felt like I was back at Chuck E. Cheese, or there's a Texas chain that a lot of you probably never heard of called Mr. Gaddy's that I grew up on. That was really cool. Very few fights like this side quest for maximum rewards. I think the only thing I didn't like about it was a few times you had to fight Weapon X, and that was humbling because I was not nearly as good as I am now, and I'm still not great at intercepting. But regardless, I wanted to make this video to give Kabam its due flowers. This has been an incredible side quest so far, especially for players that need tier 2 alphas, 6-star shards, and just in general are trying to grow their accounts to maybe progress or be in a position to progress, because I still think that's the best way to do it, before Cyber Weekend, so that you can progress during Cyber Weekend and maximize, if you've got the budget or the units to save up, the best offers possible to help your account. So, Kabam, great job so far. I've been really impressed, and hopefully this is a sign of things to come.